Hello, everybody. Today is the 3rd of June, and we're gonna tell the page story. It's actually been a while, I think 10 days or so that I have been telling the page story. So I'm happy to be back. So let's get started, okay? What is this? It's a pen. What do we use a pen for? To write. Now there's a dog inside the room. I'm gonna read this in front of the dog. What does the dog do? The dog probably was neatly concealed this writing. Does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So for the dog, this one is not a pen, but for the human, this one is a pen. So who is correct, the dog or the human? The answer is both correct. For the dog, this one is a chewing toy, while for the human, this one is a pen to write. The dog is correct in the dog word, and the human is also correct in the human words. Is it awesome? Both are correct. Now, let's imagine that there is a table in front of me, so I'm going to put this thing on the table. And then both the dog and I will walk out of the room. So inside the room, there be no human, no dog. What does this thing become? It is still a pen or a chewing toy. It becomes almost nothing, and the ancient wisdom called this as the emptiness. The emptiness is actually a very magical definition. As we understand the emptiness, we'll be able to achieve anything in our life, just like you see Michael Roach applied the emptiness into his business and was able to build a business with revenue of $250 million a year. He's also able to help several refugees. So what is the emptiness? Why is that so magical? Let's go back to the page story. But first, let's go to what the emptiness is not first, okay? So first, the emptiness is not nothing. It's also not black or white. It's also not like a no feeling, no emotion or such, okay? It's just by itself. So what do I mean by itself? So let's go back to the page story, okay? So this thing is currently on the table, and it says, since there is no human, no doubt, it's come back to true self and we call it the emptiness. But because it has the emptiness, it also has the potential to become anything or anyone. So, like for instance, when I come back to the room, I look at this becomes a pen. When the dog come back to the room and the dog look at this becomes a chewing toy. And when both the dog and I come back to the room at the very same time, this very same thing can become two things, a pen for me and a chewing toy for the dog. So the second lesson that we have today is that along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. So that is our second lesson. Now, I see this as a pen. So does this pen coming from me or does this pen coming from the thing itself? This pen is actually coming from me. Why am I so certain? Because if this thing is the pen itself, the dog or anything in this entire universe will have to see it for what it is, which is a pen. But does the dog see this as a pen? No. So this pen is actually coming from me. This pen is actually coming from my mind. And everything is actually coming from our mind. So that is our third lesson. Everything is actually coming from our mind. So we all agree that this pen is coming from my mind, right? So I'm going to change my mind and I'm going to think this one become a diamond, okay? So please play with me. Diamond, diamond, diamond. Open my eyes. It's still a pen. So what in my mind that forced me to see this as a pen but not a diamond? They all sit inside our mind, but the actions call us karma. When we see something that sit inside our mind, pop open up and cover this and made us see it for what had been planted earlier into our mind. So who planted the seed into our mind previously? Only you can plant the seed into your mind. Only I can plant the seed into my mind. How can we do it? We do it by three ways: by our word, by our action, by our thoughts, especially toward other people. So for instance, I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to say that I have the pen. Would you like to have this pen? And when my friend say yes, please, I'd be so happy to give this to my friend with the hope that I can help my friend. So when I give this palm will open up and both me and my friend will see it and start a remark in my mind. A couple days later, when I see this, I recognize this one as a pen, which means that the seed of the pen has been planted into my mind. And I pop up, open up and covered this and made it see it for what had been planted only into our mind, which is a pen. And this is how a pen become a pen or anything so others become what and who they are to us. In the pen story, there are several meaningful lessons. Today, we went over 4 different lessons. The first lesson is both correct. So we learn to respect each other's opinion, we learn to respect each other's choices, and we learn to listen to each other with a compassionate heart. The second lesson is, along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. So trust your potential, trust the potential of everyone or everything surround you, and trust the potential whatever happens to you. And the third lesson is, third lesson is everything is actually coming from the seed inside our mind. So be 100% responsible to whatever happened to you. Don't blame anyone because in the end, you are the only one who can plant the seed into your mind. And the last but very important lesson is how to incorporate those lessons into our lives so that we can achieve our dream life in a very certain way. So first we have to know what we want in our life, right? Using by applying the second lesson, the emptiness and the potential. And the second lesson is, and then after that we plant the seed using our word, our passion, our thought, with other people. So for instance, if you want to have happiness, then you use your word, your action, your thought, helping other people to be happier. If you want to have prosperity, then use your word, your action, your thought, helping other people to get more prosperous. And just like that, whatever that you want, you have to use your word, your action, your thought, helping other people getting that seed and getting that and that will plant the seed into your mind. Eventually, that seed will grow, and then you're gonna have access one day. And the lesson that I would like to share with you all today is that I've been we've been having an HBT hospital-based training in the as the Vietnam National Eye Hospital. It's been quite challenging, but it's very rewarding. And the end, when we go through and see the picture of all the kids smiling and happy, and then I can also see that everyone, not just everyone that participated in that program, from the trainees to the volunteer faculties to us, we all are very, very tired, but in the end, I think that is something really meaningful because what we bring to other people, what we plan to other people, just not just knowledge, it's also skill, it's also the I like it when one of the trainees actually say that it's actually changed their approach, how they approach to pediatric glaucoma, as well as how they look and treat pediatric glaucoma, and it's it's still a difficult part, but I think that with that mindset, as well as the inspiration that is it's not is pediatric glaucoma in the end most patients will end up with being blind. But then what you can do to the patient to preserve their vision, the longer you preserve their vision, the longer they have their life. They have a better quality of life, as well as the longer time they have to prepare to go into blindness. And I think that's what very important. So thank you so much for listening to me today. Thank you everyone for accompanying me. Thank you, Anlương, for accompanying me this 3,000-day journey. And by me sharing with you the pen story or our HPT is something good, I would like to dedicate that to my Joyce family, to my friends, to my neighbors, to my coworkers, or to anyone, any living things in this world, any other world with love, wisdom, and gratitude. Thank you so much for listening. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye, everyone.